Great morning.
Great morning.
Great morning.
Great morning.
And welcome back to another episode of Great Morning. I'm your host, Christian Murmur, Murms, Murmdog, whatever the fuck you want to call me. And to the top left of my computer screen, we have the Fact Queen, my sister from the East, that Puerto Rican mamacita from Spanish Harlem, Stephanie 2.0. How you doing, sir?
Gang, motherfucking gang, guys. Happy motherfucking Easter. Let me.
I know.
Happy Easter. All that great shit. Yesterday was like the Lord's other day. He died that day. So
Good Friday.
So shout out to the Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? I went to church and I did, the what you call them shits? The cross, like whatever, like part 1, part 2, part 3, whatever the fuck, like his like cross journey, that shit. I totally forget what it's called. But yeah, I went to church and I did that. And I was like, oh gosh, poor Jesus. He went through mad shit. Like that's so fucked up. I don't know how I would have even survived in those times.
I don't think you would have. And he died. So
Yeah.
I don't think he totally died. So I don't think
so
anyone really would have survived it.
Yeah, they did him dirty. They did him filthy. And I was just like, damn, son, like they was like off with his head. And I was like, damn, I would have been like, no, bendito.
Being crucified is a bad way to go. They haven't done it in a long time, but I'm sure that was terrible. Did you know, can either of you guess the main way people died from crucifixion, actually?
I don't know.
Am I allowed to speak? I don't know.
Yeah. Oh yeah, you are always allowed to speak. Don't worry. I didn't introduce you, but you could always speak. Go ahead.
I would say not due to the crucifixion, but like thirst, hunger, like being in the sun, that type of thing.
Dehydration.
Yeah.
Close. It's actually suffocation.
From what?
Suffocate. It's hard to breathe when you're stuck like that. Your whole body is holding you up and it becomes just too hard to breathe. And usually you die from suffocation. And what they have to do, don't ask how I know this too. I forget. I think I learned this recently. So the way, if you see pictures of people crucified from back then or paintings, right? Their knees are a little bent, but the nail going through their feet holds their feet there, right? And they're able to bend their knees up a little bit and they can stand up to take a breath. And then they go back down. But then over time, it's just so painful to move your feet that way because they're fucking nailed.
Yeah.
And they just die from suffocation. So that's the primary way people died.
Oh man.
And being crucified. So there's a little history for you. But yes, of course it is. Anyway, I know we don't talk about religion here, but Stephanie brought it in within 30 seconds.
I'm sorry. It's just the Stephanie thing to do, just do things that are just not what we would normally do. It's okay. It's okay.
It's okay because tomorrow he came back to life.
Right. Exactly. Like abra fucking cadabra.
You know what? Which is a little, I've always wondered that. So like Good Friday is the day he died. And then Easter is the day he rose from the dead. And I'm sorry, we're still talking about religion here, but they always say, because I had to go, when I was younger, I had to go to like CCD. I had to go to like, Sunday school, all that. And they said, the famous saying, Jesus rose on the
Third day.
Third day. Yes, the third day. But if I'm counting correctly, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, right? That's more like, you can count that as a full 3 days, but it's more like a 2.5 days.
2.5 days.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, they did write the book several times. So there are, some like alternative things that, alternative facts,
Yeah.
So, but it's okay. We still love the baby Jesus. You know what I'm saying? Like
it's the spirit of thing. What do you call it? Spirit.
Yeah. We love you, baby Jesus. Hallelujah. Yeah.
Cool. Yes. Well, yes. Happy Easter and happy Good Friday to baby Jesus, of course.
Yes.
Stephanie, it's wonderful hearing from you again, as always. Thank you for coming on. And, I want to go ahead and introduce, because I don't think Chuck and Jimmy are making it this episode. So I think it's just us with, our honored. I want to do an announcement, though, before we officially introduce her. This is technically, if I'm counting right, and I know how to count right, as we saw from Jesus rising on the third day. If I'm counting right, this is her 5th official appearance. So that makes her no longer a guest. She is officially in special guest co-host status. So please welcome our honored special guest co-host, Jess. How you doing? Our Nomad friend.
Oh, last time I was supposed to talk to you, I was also in Mammoth. Remember that?
Yeah, you were on a mountain.
I lost contact. I'm really sorry about that. I felt really horrible.
That was so funny because it was like right before. So that was Jess, by the way, everyone, if you can't recall, she is referring to the season 4 finale.
Yes.
She had made it to the top 10 list again. It's 2 times in a row. And she went to the call right before we were about to start. So before we hit record, and she all of a sudden cut out, and we're like, all right, well, we know she's on a mountain. So maybe she'll be back in soon.
I couldn't get back. I was like, okay, I'm done. I just went snowboarding. I was
Did you happen to listen to the rest of that episode? Because Jimmy made up a story about how you had to go save an injured skier that fell off the mountain. I went down there to go help him. That's awesome.
Now I have to go back and listen to it. I felt so bad. I was like, I'm not even gonna. I'm like, I missed this opportunity, and I'm sad.
Yeah, you made it. You made it. What place did she get? Was it 8 again?
Well, that was even funnier. I wasn't even there, and I made.
I know you tried to get on, and then you had to go save a skier that got injured.
And then I placed. That was what was even funnier.
You placed. Yes, you placed. I think you were 8 or 7. Although Melissa believed your word should have gotten higher. That's what.
Yes.
Yes. Because she liked the whole Iron Maiden the Iron Maiden of Nuremberg was your last word. And boy, do I have to tell you, I am excited. We're going to wait a little bit, of course, but I'm excited for you to get your new word of the day today.
Jesus.
But Jess,
messed up, isn't it? It's going to be a messed up word, right?
It's bad. Oh yeah, it's a terrible. I wanted it changed at first, but Jimmy was like, "Listen, these are the rules," so couldn't do it.
Well, if it's a messed up word, then you're probably going to get a messed up sentence too. It's just going to.
Yeah, I hope so. Hopefully that'll make it more funny. But this is the season for some messed up shit. I don't know, Stephanie. Do you remember last episode?
Yeah,
with the groundhog.
Yeah,
that poor fucking groundhog. Yeah, we don't. Groundhogs are. Jess, are you a fan of groundhogs?
I mean, I can either or. So what you guys groundhog?
So the reason I ask is because I found out that most people on Great Morning apparently do not like groundhogs. That's all I'll say.
They kill them.
They do not like them. You're gonna have to, if you want to hear what they think of groundhogs, you're gonna have to go back to the last episode. I don't want to repeat it here. I'll let the listeners go and listen to it. But anyway, enough about groundhogs. We did a whole episode on groundhogs. I don't want to do that again. Jess, tell us what you've been up to since we last talked to you.
So when was the last time we talked? Okay, it was Mammoth. So traveling around, I was thinking of scaling back on van lifing because I wanted to accomplish some goals and maybe job and volunteer. But this last Thanksgiving or Christmas, my mom got sick.
I'm sorry to hear that.
I'm hanging out more in California. But I still have been traveling a lot back and forth. But when that happened, my house got flooded.
Your house got flooded?
Yeah. I wasn't there, obviously. So now I'm that. So now I've been going back and forth trying to get my insurance to pay and then trying to get contractors to fix it. It's just been a mess.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear. How'd the flooding happen? Was there just a storm or did something leak?
Yeah. Apparently Tennessee had a really horrible cold spell. Like it hadn't been that cold in 20 years. Yeah. And a lot of people experienced the same thing I did. Their pipe just couldn't handle it. The pipe
exploded.
Yep. And they flooded my whole first floor.
Nice.
Yeah.
Oh man. Did you have a basement?
Nope. Thank God.
Yeah.
I just have a floor, but I can't live in the house at all. Can't even rest my head there. So that's what I've been dealing with. I've been moving around. I mean, it's not any different from what I do normally. Obviously, I don't have that option to stay in the house like I was going to. So
well, I am sorry to hear that, Jess. I was hoping we'd hear some better news, but I am really sorry to hear that.
having a great time.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I wanted to ask that kind of, I'm going to segue here into another question I had for you. And I've been wanting to ask you this for a long time. And before I ask it, I don't mean it in any negative way. So before I ask that, but I was wondering if at some point you ever thought about like stopping doing like the van life and doing all the travel you do. I know you enjoy it a lot. And I'm not, again, I don't mean that in a negative way, like you should stop, but have you ever like thought that, like just being like, you know what? I'm done with all the traveling. I'm going to stay here, whether it be Tennessee, California, wherever you wanted to go. But have you thought about that?
I know when I went into it, I knew I wasn't going to van life forever. I mean, I'm going to getting old. So I know that. And I know that I have to constantly do something different, but I've always been an adventurer. I've always loved the outdoors. So that's never going to stop. I think my issue is I don't know where I want to live or settle down. That's my issue.
Yeah.
My family lives in California, but the taxes are insane.
I don't understand how anyone can actually still live in California. Like from how expensive it is. Even before I left, I was like, this is fucking nuts. And at least the Navy was still pretty much paying for the shit. But
I thought the Navy's not paying for everything. I can't live here. But my family keeps me coming back. My parents needing help, my mom.
Yeah.
That's what keeps me coming back. And I already told them, like, look, if I have to take care of you, I can't afford to live here. That's going to defeat the purpose. I can't take care of you and work. Like, that's not going to work. So I have a lot of things that I have to think about. And me still loving what I do, traveling, it's hard to settle down. And I think maybe a person or something is just going to make me settle down, like at some point. But it'll never go away. The need to travel or adventure is never going to go away.
Oh, of course not. No, especially since you've been doing it so long. Well, how long would you say you've been doing this now?
3 years now.
3 years. Okay. Yeah. So, but I mean, you've wanted to do it since before you got out of the Navy though, right? Yep. You had this idea.
I've always, like I said, I've always been camping outdoors, and I had an RV before I had the van. So,
what happened to the RV?
I traded in.
You just got rid of it.
Yeah.
Just got rid of that fucking thing. Well, you know what? I have an idea here. Let's go through. So, this is going to be a while. Let's go through the 50 fucking states here and see where you would not want to live. Let's try to help you. Let's try to pinpoint down some spots for you.
But I haven't been to all of them yet. There's a few I haven't been to. So,
well, we're just going to have to make assumptions about those places then, which is bad because you should never assume anything. But here at Great Morning, we're going to do it anyway. All right. Okay, well, first state that comes up is Massachusetts. Population of 6.9 million people. Wow, that's a lot of people.
In one little spot.
Any thoughts on Massachusetts?
So I've been there. I've been to Salem. I've been to Boston.
Salem, yeah.
I like Salem. It's nice. I don't think I would settle down there. It's a lot of people. It's a city. It's nice to visit. No.
So that's on the no. What about you, Stephanie? Would you ever think about moving to Massachusetts? Let's get you on this as well.
No,
she said.
No. Why? That was immediate. Have you been there?
No. I don't I don't want to say I live in Massachusetts. Like, it doesn't even sound cool.
You don't have that Boston feel to you. You still got that New Jersey, New York feel to you.
Yeah,
I'm at a place.
I'm forever gonna be a New Yorker. It's just gonna be, you know.
So you're not gonna be able to root for the Boston Red Sox.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that. You know, even though I don't watch baseball like that, but I'm forever gonna rock, you know, New York Yankees or my Mets, more so the Yankees. You know, I like there's always gonna be some rivalry, and you know, I'm just always gonna be forever a New York Yankee person, even though I don't watch it.
Hell yeah. All right, fine. So we got 2 no's from Massachusetts. All right, here's a big one. And this one I'm interested to hear what both of you have to say, of course, but I'm interested to hear what Stephanie also has to say. New Jersey, population 9.3.
That's a no. I already know. It's crowded. I have a lot of friends from Jersey. They don't live in Jersey either.
There's some really nice parts of Jersey, though, I have to say. There's the north by Sussex County is very woodsy, very outdoorsy. So it's not very industrial like the rest of New Jersey. So that's a no from you. Okay. Stephanie, would you like to live in New Jersey?
Well, okay, so I live in New Jersey.
Yeah.
I would say this that I've come to appreciate New Jersey. The reason why I say I appreciate New Jersey is because it has given me a sense of like, okay, there's not always chaos everywhere. And the only thing that I do not like about a certain part of Jersey is Bergen County. And even though I live in Bergen County, I don't like it. Why? Because they just do really weird things. Like there's like this blue law where we can't shop on fucking Sundays and we can't touch shit because the fucking Jews said that we can't fucking shop on a Sunday.
Whoa! Hey, all right.
Hey, this is what Stephanie does. So, I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, just because they don't fucking touch fucking linen and electronics, that ain't got nothing to do with me. So why the fuck are we, you know what I'm saying? But, and then, everything closes at a certain time. I don't like that. Like I like to have options. If it's like 2-3 o'clock in the morning and I want to smoke a blunt, I want to be able to go to a store in the corner and get me a roll up, but I can't even do that. Like I got to go to fucking 7-Eleven, which taxes 80 fucking cents for something that costs $1. Like it's frustrating. And then like not everywhere you can fucking order food, and then Uber Eats and DoorDash and everything else is like so fucking expensive. Like there's pros and cons to living in New Jersey.
Especially Bergen County, it sounds like. Wow, you had that ready. That sounded like it came from your like deep inside you. You had to get that out.
Yeah.
Their nerve.
I pinched a nerve with that one. I didn't know that about Bergen County, by the way. I'm gonna have to look up more about that.
Yeah,
all right, so are you in the middle? What is it? A yes or no for you?
So I'm like in between because I like it, but I don't like the laws.
Okay. I gotcha. Yeah, I feel like that sometimes.
And you know what else I don't like here in Bergen County?
What?
How the fuck? Okay, how is it that I cannot park on the street at 2 a.m.? Where am I going to park my car if I have a driveway and all of my space in the driveway has been utilized? Where the fuck am I supposed to park my car? At a municipal parking place? And that's like half a mile from me when I'm supposed to fucking walk half a mile? Like, I don't understand that. Like, where the fuck am I supposed to park my car? And then you have the audacity to give me a ticket for parking my car on my property. Like, make it make sense, New Jersey. Get it together. I'm sorry. I just had to let that out.
Wow. I should have ended with New Jersey. This is wow.
Let me tell you.
Oof.
But yeah, go ahead.
I think that's a no.
I think it's going to be a no. Also, I'm siding more on the no. Although you do live there now, I'm moving to the no for it. All right.
Much as it's going to help me, you need to find a new state.
Yes. All right. So here, so maybe this next state will be good for both of you. Minnesota. Population 5.3.
Nope.
I couldn't even finish. Jesus Christ. Okay. Why not, ladies?
I don't know anything about Minnesota. Number one, and that flocks to Minnesota says, hey, you should live in Minnesota. And isn't it really cold?
I think it does get cold. Isn't that though where isn't the show Yellowstone supposed to be in Minnesota?
No, that's
right. Is that Montana? Montana. Sorry. Okay. Yeah. My bad. Oof.
See?
I'm about to get some angry emails after this episode.
You are.
Nah, man.
Oh boy. Not as bad. By the way, from the last episode, no angry emails yet.
Oh,
a lot of positive emails. I was shocked. I thought that was going to be the most controversial episode.
Really? Okay.
But that's good. Anyway. Okay. So no from both of you from Minnesota. All right, cool. Moving on. New Hampshire population 1.3 million.
No, what's in New Hampshire?
Our buddy Donnie is there.
So what? Like, what the fuck is there to do in New Hampshire?
You know what? There's a lot of, again, it's kind of, the areas I've been when I've visited him are actually really nice, but it's very small townish. It's very, outdoorsy. Like if people out there for fun, they go on the lake and they go fishing or boat riding or they go outdoorsy stuff kind of there.
Boo.
I'd have to see it.
You'd have to see it. All right. So it's a no from Stephanie and a maybe from Jess. She's got to see it.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Next state, you ready, is Iowa. Population is 3.1 million, which is shocking because I thought only like 10 people lived in Iowa.
What the fuck is in Iowa?
Corn.
Corn? Corn? Corn's in Iowa. A
lot of corn.
So then there's a lot of corny people.
Also, wow. Oof. That was bad. Oh. Hey, Jess, do you know how to kick people from the Zoom call? Kick her for that one. Stephanie, you should not be proud of that one. Anyway, corn. Yeah, there's a lot of corn. They have good schools, though. One of the best creative writing master's programs is at Iowa University in the world, actually. What'd you say?
How do you know that?
Yeah, how do you know that?
I've looked it up.
Oh, good job.
I
Look
looked
at
up
you.
writing in Iowa.
Huh?
Why are you looking up creative writing schools in Iowa?
Because that's what I major in. So I was thinking about going over there for 2 years and getting my master's there. Possibly.
What happened?
It's very difficult to get into that school, though. Very difficult.
Oh.
You have to write them. You have to write them like 2 short stories, and they have to like it. Then they'll approve you. And then to graduate, you have to write a novel. So
Oh, you can kiss my ass.
it's very difficult.
I
But
already wrote to you.
I want to do it because I like the challenge. Anyway, so okay, so Iowa is. Wait, what'd you guys say? No? Yes.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I have someone I know there that says I should visit. So we'll see. I mean, it's a doubtful thing. So
Doubtful.
I'll put-
All right.
yeah.
All right, we'll put it in the no pretty much for you. Okay, so now moving on. This state, underrated state, if I'm being honest, and it deserves a lot more attention, and that is Utah. Utah.
Oh, hell yeah. I've thought of living in Utah.
Utah. That's where Rush the Visionary is, right? No, he was there. He's not there anymore. He was there. He didn't have groundhog problems there. Maybe you should move back. But yes, Utah is very nice. How many? You've been there a lot, though, right, Jess?
Yeah. I've spent a lot of time in Moab, Canyonlands. I snowboard there. The mountains are great. Hiking. Yes, it's beautiful up there.
It is beautiful. When my dad and I drove through it, and I wish we stayed longer, but it was quite beautiful. Stephanie, though, is that your kind of place, Utah? You think?
Well, all right. So you see, like, I'm kind of like an outdoorsy kind of a person.
Mm-hmm.
So if it kind of fits my vibe, like the state has to fit my vibe, So if it fits my vibe, then it's doable. So, I don't know how to ski or snowboard, even though I've tried before.
Yeah.
Not the most skilled person in that area, but it's nice. I've heard some pretty nice things about that place. So that it'll be a maybe for me. It'll be a maybe.
Okay, so Utah is actually our highest rated state so far. So love to hear it. I'm putting Utah on the list since that's both kind of a yes from you guys. So we got 1. We got to find 4 more states for Jess to possibly live in. All right, this next one is a famous state. I don't know how I feel about it personally, but here we go. Virginia, 8.1 million people live there. 8.1.
I don't know how I feel about Virginia.
Yeah, it's I have friends there, but it's
Isn't our good friend from Virginia?
yes, 2 of our good friends are from Virginia.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about Virginia.
Look, Stephanie's like, oh, they live there? Yeah, I'm not fucking going. Fuck that. Okay, so a no from Stephanie. And Jess, I saw you shaking your head there right when I said it.
Yeah, I mean, I know I haven't been. There's a national park there I want to see,
Yep.
but I don't think I want to live in Virginia.
Okay.
There too.
Okay, so that one's not going on the list. Got it? No. All right, we're moving on. Do you guys like potatoes?
No. Yes, I do.
I'm Idaho.
Idaho, yes.
Idaho is an underrated state. Just
It
so
is.
you know.
I've heard very nice things about Idaho.
Yep.
So is that a yes?
Possibility. They have a lot of hot springs, a lot of outdoor stuff, snow. I mean, and there's not a lot of people in a lot of the areas, so I kind of like Idaho.
Okay. All
But
right.
Oh, that's good.
Consider it. Yeah.
Stephanie, what about you?
I don't really know much about Idaho other than the potatoes and our friend Miss Willie.
Oh yeah, Willie. Oh yeah, Willie. I completely forget. Yeah, the big Idaho potato. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say our Idaho Miss Potato Head.
Yeah. The big worm.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know much about Idaho, but I hope to lay there.
You hope to lay there?
What?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I don't know, like Lay's potato chips. Duh.
Oh, she made a joke. That was a.
Oh, this is. Oh boy. Oh man.
Connected.
I'm moving on to the next state. We're gonna put that in the no category. I mean, a maybe for Jess, but I don't think it's good enough to put on the top 5. All right, we're moving on to Vermont, and this is a population of less than 1 million. It is 630,000 people that live there.
I had no idea.
Very low amount. I didn't know that either. Damn, that's 500,000 pretty much. Oh, geez.
Huh.
Sorry, someone was calling me. Okay, so what do you think about Vermont? I've been there, by the way, and it is quite beautiful. A very beautiful state.
Been there? I feel like I've been there. Where was a ski resort? I'm trying to think of where the ski resort was. Was it Vermont? I might have been to Vermont. I would say it's a maybe. It is pretty worse.
I know nothing about it, so I don't know. I just know that it's fucking cold up there, and I don't like cold. I really don't like the cold.
But you live in New Jersey, Stephanie.
Yeah,
I know. Well, because I don't have no fucking choice. But like, if you left it up to me, I would leave the United States. Like, I don't even give a fuck about the United States. Like,
Oh, don't say that. We are Americans.
so what? I don't give a shit. Listen, the way we going, I need my own little utopia. That's it. Steffitopia. And I'll be all right.
If you happen to find one of those, please invite me. I'd gladly live there under your mayor dictatorship.
It would be
whatever
so much
kind
fun.
of ruling you'll do. Okay, so Vermont, we'll keep Vermont in the back burner. All right, here we go. All right, now this state, I believe you have been a few times, Jess. And
Probably.
that is, of course, who is the name of our first president?
Washington.
Washington. Population of 6.8 million.
Ooh,
A lot of people in Washington, but a lot of beauty there. It gets cold though as well.
it's beautiful, but it rains a lot.
It rains a lot. Yes.
And for that reason, I can't live there. I'd get depressed.
Oh, okay. So
I
that's a
feel you.
definite no. Definite no. Stephanie, what about you?
I mean, I don't get depressed when it rains, but I do like the smell of rain after, it smells so beautiful and earthy like. But I don't know, would they be able to deal with Stephanie? That's the real question. Is Washington ready for Stephanie now?
Oh, Jimi!
Holy shit. I think he's here.
Oh, well,
Okay, we'll give him a second. He's probably still setting up. I notice he's muted. Okay, so
I don't know. I'll try it out. I would
you
try
try it out. Okay. All right. Love to hear it. Love to hear it. And a no from Jess. So okay, we still got to get 4 more here. Jess, what about Wisconsin?
So I was stationed in Great Lakes, and I've been to Wisconsin a few times.
No? Okay. It's a definite no.
Yes.
They've got cheese there.
I know, I love cheese.
Who doesn't love cheese? Stephanie,
Have
do
you
love
ever
cheese?
have you ever had hot chocolate and then you put a piece of cheese inside your hot chocolate and let it melt?
Oh.
No, I've not.
What?
What?
I don't.
Oh,
That
no.
doesn't sound like.
No.
It is okay. It's
I-
okay.
Hello, Ma.
But one day, Murms, since you are my nearby neighbor, I'm going to come by and we're going to have hot chocolate with a piece of cheese inside, and you're gonna fucking love it.
Yeah, if we don't strangle each other first, we've been getting on each other's nerves
that's-
this season.
Yeah, it's okay. Whatever.
We'll try to do
Sure.
that.
Yeah,
All right,
fuck
fine.
it.
I'll try this. What kind of cheese do you put in the hot chocolate?
Cheddar.
Okay.
Whoa.
Ugh, Stephanie, that does not sound great. I'm gonna be honest.
I'm gonna tell my grandmother you guys said that you don't.
I'll try it for your grandmother because your grandmother was very nice to me when I visited there. So I will
Yes.
try it for her, but I don't know how well I'm gonna do with that. All right,
Sounds
so
terrible.
yeah, it doesn't sound. Oh my God, he's here!
Yeah.
Holy shit! Let me announce him real quick. To the bottom right of my computer screen, we have the boss, the pimp, the CEO, the chief, slightly special himself, Jimmy the shooter. How the hell are you, Jimmy?
I'm just trying to be the cheddar in the coffee, you know?
It's not coffee. It's
God,
chocolate.
what is
The cheddar
with
in
the
the
corny jokes
the
today?
cheddar in the coffee. The
Gross.
cheddar in the
Coffee.
chocolate.
And the chocolate.
Ugh. We got some some jokes today. Let me tell you, some jokes I'm not proud of. So, oh my God. All right. So Jimmy, just to catch you up to speed here, we are trying to decide 5 states that Miss Jess here would like to one day settle down and live in. And right now we only have one on the list, and that is Utah.
I feel like I know.
We're
I feel
going
like-
through the states.
I could do this.
We're going through. Yeah, we're going through.
I'm a big fan of Jess.
Yeah, so we're all and Stephanie's playing along too, so feel free to play along.
Mm.
What was that? Was that a
That
dog?
was
What
Jess.
was that? Oh, that was Jess.
I
I
was
was like, who made-
It was like soaking in Jimmy.
oh hell yeah, love to hear it. But yes, feel free to play along, Jimmy, as well. So our next state, and this is another state where the population is under 1 million. The population is 770,000, and that is, of course, North Dakota. North Dakota.
I know it's very cold there. Like
that is right next to Canada.
Yeah, no.
It's practically Canada.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Stephanie, no, you don't like Canadians? Okay.
I like bacon.
bacon's from Canada?
Well, they have Canadian
bacon.
bacon, which is just ham. Our bacon is better.
No, it's not.
You like Canadian? It's just ham.
No, I like Canadian bacon.
That's ham.
Seriously, Jimmy, do you know how to kick people from the Zoom call? I don't know if I can
You know
figure
what?
this out.
You know, you got to give me
That's
control.
why I like pineapple on my pizza, Murms. Okay.
Oh, God damn it. Oh,
Okay.
oh. Good God.
Now we're taking it a little far over here.
Now you're just trying to get me angry.
Stephanie's got a tattoo. It says "Live, Laugh, Love."
Oh, boy. Yeah, that'd be the trifecta.
"Quote unquote."
Love it. He's right.
Christian murmur. Live, laugh, love. Oh, man. That's terrible. Jimmy, how about you? Would you like to live in North Dakota?
I would like to travel.
Retire from the Navy. Where would you? I know you like to travel. That's what Jess wanted to do. But like after the traveling is done, one day, say you're, I don't know, 65 years old, and you're like, I can pick any state to live in. North Dakota. We're asking you, North Dakota. Would you like to live there? No.
Me, no. Personally, no.
Yeah, that's fine.
Can't do it.
Personally,
Can't do it. However, I think I know what states Jess might want to retire in.
Let's see if he can guess them. Well, that's what
Is that the point of the game right now?
No, we were just going to go through all the states.
We're going through. Wait. We're going through 50 states.
We're going through 50 fucking states, bro. Don't worry. A lot of them are just no's. So it's like straight up like no. So Jess, like North Dakota for you. What do you think?
No.
Big no.
No.
All right, cool. Definitely not. We're not putting it on the list. All right. Our next state is Alabama. Alabama. Literally like the poster child of the South we got going.
Actually.
Alabama. What do you think? What do you think, guys? Who wants to go first? Stephanie, what about Alabama for you?
You know what? When I think of Alabama, I think about rednecks. I think about a whole bunch of fucking country shit.
Mm-hmm.
I think about pigs. I think about roosters.
Mm-hmm.
I think about corn, some cornmeal.
Nope, this isn't Iowa.
I don't care.
We already did Iowa.
No, I know that, but they have southern shit there. So,
They do got some southern shit.
And
So,
I'm a big fan of this accent you got right now.
Well, thank you. But, I think I would like to live in Alabama because you know why I would like to live in Alabama? Because
no snow.
I like to feel a little country.
You know what? Sometimes I do too. And say what you want about rednecks. I know they don't always get the best, news articles about them, but rednecks can be fun guys to hang out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right.
I would consider my parental unit a little redneck.
Yes.
And I learned a lot from him, and he's fucking funny as hell. So you know what?
Good man.
I would say yes to Alabama. I think I would learn a few things from Alabama.
All right. So that is like actually the first official yes from Stephanie. So I'm going to put Alabama on Stephanie's list.
Yeah.
All right. And Jess, what are your thoughts of Alabama?
I've been there. From what I've seen, I actually wasn't disappointed from some of the stuff I've seen. They have a lot of outdoor stuff.
Yep.
But I don't know that I would necessarily want to live there. I like I just don't know if I want to live there. So I would put no for that.
Okay, fine. Big no from you. And Jimmy, what about Alabama for you, pal?
Shout out to the Mustache Band. I saw them perform live in Alabama.
Hell yeah.
Driving cross country. Yeah. Super, super dope. Nope. I don't know if I would settle down and live there.
Okay.
I love the drive. I got to drive through during like a very good season. So it was like fall time. Alabama's got a lot of trees. It was very beautiful.
Yeah, it is pretty.
Yeah, super pretty. But I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't think I could do Bama.
Mm-hmm.
Good old Bama. Roll Tide. I don't know, man.
All right. So no from one yes from Stephanie, but no from you guys. All right. Don't worry. We're getting through this list here. All right. Our next state, it is the home state of current president Joe Biden. What state is this?
Oh boy, did you just do
he's
that?
from the Midwest, right?
Mm-mm.
Oh, is he from the East Coast?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's from
You guys don't know the state? I'll just say it. It's fine. You don't need to guess it.
Yeah,
what is it?
Pennsylvania.
Oh, fuck no.
Yeah, I fucking hate Pennsylvania.
No.
Fuck Pennsylvania.
Oh, whatever.
No, Pennsylvania's a big no for me.
What about you,
Big no.
Jess?
No, especially since he comes from Pennsylvania.
Oh,
I just want to say I would live.
Sure. There you go. Hey, there we go. Fuck yeah.
Pennsylvania.
All right. So we're not doing Pennsylvania. That's fine. All right, we're going to move to another state where I'm actually shocked. This is the population of the state. The population is 1.8 million, which is way more than I thought it had. And that state is, of course, Nebraska.
What the fuck? No.
Nebraska. I didn't know. More than 1 million people live there. That's crazy.
Flat? What is in Nebraska?
I think that has more corn. I think that's just another corn state.
Another corn.
It's a Midwest state.
Yeah, it's a Midwest, you know.
And it's flat, right? Because
I think it is flat. Yeah.
Flat state. I can't do flat.
Okay.
Isn't it next to South Dakota and Iowa?
Oh, we should do a geography test one of these days.
No.
You heard what, Jess?
I heard South Dakota's nice, but never mind. We'll get to that state.
Oh, we'll get to South Dakota. Don't you worry. All right, so that's a big no from everyone. That's okay. We'll move on here. All right, and you guys ready for this next state? Now, again, this is the fun part of this game. We're not going to worry about money necessarily. All right, so pretend like money's not a problem in your lives, even though it's always a problem in everyone's life, but let's pretend it's not. And our next state is, of course, the beautiful Isle of Hawaii, baby. 1.4 million people live there. Are you living there, Stephanie?
You know what? Aloha. Yes, I will.
Okay.
I will live in Hawaii, even though it's expensive as bulls. But I would love to live there. It's so beautiful. I just I love the culture. I love everything about Hawaii. It's really, really beautiful. And it's a yes for me.
There's a definite yes from Stephanie. All right. Thank you, Stephanie. And Jess, what about you?
I get island fever. I mean, I need to be able to spread my wings out and drive places, and I can't do that in Hawaii.
Wow. So that's a no.
No.
I respect that answer, though. I do. Wow. Okay, fine. So no from Jess. Wow. What about you, Jimmy? I know you've been to Hawaii.
I'd have to say no as well.
Why?
Only because I like Amazon.
Amazon?
Like the forest, like the rainforest, or like the thing that Jeff Bezos owns?
The thing that Jeff Bezos owns. So Amazon's got us they have a company in Hawaii, right?
Yep.
But shipping to Hawaii is it's kind of prolonged. Like if you're an Amazon Prime owner in Hawaii, you don't actually get your stuff that fast.
Well, yeah. I mean, that just makes sense because you're literally out in the middle of fucking nowhere. When you look at Hawaii, actually, like on a globe, it's funny. It's like every big land structure is just like the same distance away in every direction. Like Japan's over here, Australia's down here, the United States is over here. It's like there's nothing.
If I didn't if I didn't know about technology and I didn't know about Amazon and all this stuff, and I just was like born on an island, I'd be like, oh, this is beautiful. Let's do it. But
wow. Okay, so Hawaii did not do as well as I thought. Only with Stephanie. Wow. Okay, well, I like that. I respect those answers, guys. All right, and now we're moving on to a state that, most people say it is like the poster boy of America, and that is, of course, Texas, with 28 million people living there. Texas. Stephanie, what about Texas?
Fuck no.
Okay, ooh, big
Nope.
fuck no. Why the fuck no?
Because there's some fucking backward ass motherfuckers. And no. No.
You said yes to Alabama?
Yes. Because I mean, listen, Alabama has their flaws, but Texas is on some bullshit. Texas really fucking scares me. Texas is always on the fucking news. Texas is I had actually read an article about Texas and their whole OB/GYN situation and how there's not a lot of OB clinics and shit like that, and the shit that women have to go through just to get to a fucking obstetrician fucking clinic it's insane. And for as big as that state is, you shouldn't be having all these fucking problems. And there's just Texas is just it's a big fucking no for me.
Okay, all right, fair.
I do like their food though. Food is amazing.
All right,
but no.
All right. And Jess, what about you? Texas?
Oh, I actually lived in Houston for a little bit.
Oh, hell yeah.
Friends in Texas, but I don't want to live there. I mean, they have Big Bend National Park, which is beautiful, but it's pretty. Yeah, I can't live there.
Okay, fair. And Jimmy, what about Texas for you?
Yeah, I love Texas. Houston's actually the fourth largest, most populated city in America, right?
I do not know. That could be true.
Love Texas. Love high-rise ceilings. Love real estate. I think I'd do it. I think I would stay in Texas.
All right.
I'd be like Sandy from SpongeBob. I'd be like, yeah, from Texas. The only thing about Texas that I don't like are people from Texas.
What did you say about Texas? That
What'd
is
you say about Texas?
That's stupid. That's a great episode. Shout out
Yeah.
to SpongeBob. All right, fine. Moving on. And actually, we're gonna do one more state, and then we can come back to this. It's okay. We can come back to this if we feel like it. Do one more big state. Another, maybe not as much as Texas, but another big like poster boy for like America, especially nowadays. I feel like more maybe than Texas, and that is, of course,
I was
Florida,
gonna say Florida.
Miami Vice, baby.
Out for the United States? Oh,
Florida's a very famous state now. Very big.
Yeah.
Very big, very populated, lots of
no.
different people there.
No, I wouldn't do Florida. It's too humid.
It is very humid, yes.
There's a lot of snakes. There's a lot of stupid people. And like what Uncle Charlemagne says, everyone crazy. They're either from the Bronx or from Florida.
Okay.
And
That's an
so,
interesting take.
you know, a lot of New Yorkers have migrated to Florida. So no, like there's like a shit ton of Puerto Ricans. It's like Florida has become New York City. Like, so there's like the Bronx. I would say that the Bronx is like Kissimmee, Florida.
Okay.
It's a lot of Puerto Ricans. A lot of Cubans.
A lot of Cubans in Florida.
Yeah, but that's further south. You know.
No, yeah, I know.
A lot of directions. Bing, bang, boom.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Florida's a big, believe it or not, I know it swings usually more red nowadays, but it's a very diverse state, actually.
Oh,
A lot
it's
of people
very
there.
diverse. It's very, very diverse. You have little Haiti, you have,
Yes.
a whole bunch of Cubans. But I mean, like, there's just a shit ton of alligators, a shit ton of snakes, there's a shit ton of.
Yeah, I was waiting for the alligators because you said only snakes before, and I was thinking, I'm like, oh, she's more worried about snakes than the alligators. There's like a ton of alligators out there.
And there's a lot of birds. I don't fuck
Oh,
with birds.
there it is. The birds with Stephanie.
No, I cannot. It's a big fucking no from me. Like, I have a vacation home there, but it's a vacation home for a reason. So
You're only there for a little bit.
and not only that, but like also like it rains a lot and there's a lot of hurricanes that pass through there. So it's like I don't know.
Yeah, that's true too. The hurricanes. All right. Yeah. Wow. Hey,
Flood
listen,
insurance.
if this was debate, that was a very good argument against it. Wow. Very good. All right. Thank you, Stephanie. And Jess, what about Florida for you?
I'm gonna have to concur with Stephanie.
Okay.
Because the hurricanes and the humidity, no.
Mm.
And there's no mountains
Understandable.
that can't do anything with no mountains of 4 seasons. I like 4 seasons. Can't do it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Understandable. I respect your answers. And Jimmy, what about Florida for you?
It's tough. Florida is the only state that didn't shut down during COVID, but I think that's from Ron DeSantis, right?
Yeah.
It was kind of
Maybe.
Florida was kind of it's like a gangster state in itself, because like everybody, like whenever the pandemic happened, everybody's like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this, Florida's like, fuck that, we're Florida, you know.
They were kind of like, fuck that for a bit.
Not
And-
necessarily, because when I was in Florida, I was in Miami, Florida, actually, when the whole world decided to shut down, or rather the United States decided to shut down. And it was probably, I want to say like March 20th or some shit like that, March 19th. And like every other state shut down. But Florida was like one of the last ones to like shut down. And like out of nowhere, like we were just getting ready to go to Miami Beach and boom, they were like, there's curfew. And I'm like, what? No way. So like everywhere you went, like it was like deserted. Like I went to Ruth Chris and there was nobody there. Like there was no one there. Like it just felt like nah. I don't
All right. Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Nah. All right. So that's a no from everyone, it sounds like, right? Or is that a maybe from you, Jimmy?
No, I'd still say no because the humidity.
Yeah. The humidity. All right.
bad.
All right. Well, that is great. So we got through a lot of these states and we can come back if we wish, but I want to go ahead and transition into something here because, we got a lot of states here in the United States. If no one knew, we have 50, believe it or not. So we
There's
got
at
some
least
states.
25 states.
There's at least 25. That's correct. That's a correct statement, but I don't know if I'd word it that way, but yeah, that's definitely a correct statement. But I want to go ahead and Jess fell. I want to go ahead and segue into probably our favorite segment we like to do here at Great Morning, and that is, of course, the word of the day. Word of the day.
Oh,
Oh, okay. So, Jimmy, let me ask Jimmy a question first before we get into this. Jimmy, I know you sent me a word just in case you weren't able to make it today, but do you want to use that word, or were you thinking maybe you should do the big old dick one more time, or do you want to just use that word?
do the big dick, please. I heard the word.
All right. Give me about 30 seconds, and then we can use a fresh word.
Yay, use a fresh word. Yay.
All right, cool. Because can I say what the original word was then?
Yes.
It was abortion.
Oh my god.
Oh!
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Let me go get this dictionary real quick.
Oh, that's
and until then, we can talk about how much we love Colorado.
Yes.
Sure.
In the meantime, we'll move to a different state while we wait for you to go get that. And I'm sorry, Jess, what were you going to say?
That's actually a good word. I could have used that word in a lot of messed up ways.
I know. So, hey, you said you wanted to, you wanted the good old fashioned, the big old dick. So.
That's a really messed up word. Now I'm going to get a really messed up word.
Now it's going to be hard and like super archaic. It's going to be like, Raga Saga.
I'm going to have to make up it's going to be whacked.
All right. Well, hey, listen, this is your streak. You got to go for 3 now. You made it to the top 10 list twice. So you can't fuck this up.
I can't mess this up. Oh my God.
Now pressure.
I'm nervous.
All right. So in the meantime, while we wait for Jimmy to go and get that, let's move on to a different state. And I guess we're gonna have to play the word of the day jingle a couple more times. That's fine. So our next state is Indiana, population 6.5 million. Indiana. Why, man, my phone is blowing up today.
There.
Have you been there?
Yes, I've been through there a few times. I was supposed to run a race there, but the Navy got in the way. I was scheduled for a marathon, and the Navy had me do something so I never ran it. But it was okay from what I saw, the little bit I saw. But I don't think so. I'm not living there.
No, from you. All right, that's fine. Stephanie, what about you? Indiana Jones.
I was gonna say Indiana Jones, but no. Like, what the fuck is no?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel. I hear not. I don't. That's one of those states I don't feel.
About Indiana, like
I don't even know what goes on over there. Yeah.
Wait. I think the only thing that came that rings a bell when I hear Indiana is Michael Jackson, because isn't he from Gary, Indiana?
Oh yeah, Gary.
Is he? I didn't even know that. Wow,
I think he is from Gary and Indiana, and that's the only thing I can possibly think of at the top of my head. So I mean.
And that's how we play Stephanie's facts. I didn't know that. Wow. There you go. That was a good fact right there.
Yeah.
That's a no?
Yeah, it's a big no for me.
All right. It's a no from that. Jimmy, real quick, would you like to live in Indiana before we go ahead and open that big old dick?
No.
Okay. All right.
I like your shades.
All right.
I want to, yeah, thank you. I would live in probably, if I had to say some states off the top of my head, I'd probably live in Washington, Colorado.
We didn't get to Colorado yet.
Yeah.
We did Washington, though, and they said no.
Certain parts of Alaska would be awesome.
Okay.
And then I would live in Ireland, which is not a U.S. state. But
that is not a U.S. state. Not one that I know of, at least.
Fun fact about this good old dictionary, it got turned around in the post office.
Oh.
Yeah, because that was supposed to come to me like 5 months ago or something.
Yeah, no, I tried to send it to you, and it actually returned right back on my doorstep.
Yeah,
I'm not sure if it was a mailing error or if it was a...
They're like, this is too, like, it's such a legendary thing for you to open it. It almost seems bad if I start opening it. There it is. All right, Jimmy, whenever you're ready, man. Wait, you know what? Let me ask you guys something. I've been thinking about this a lot. And I want, since, Jess is a special guest co-host, she has some authority on this episode, in fact.
Oh.
So I want to hear a decision from you guys. For the last 2 seasons now, every time we do the word of the day, I explain how the word of the day works for everyone. Doesn't matter who you are, if you've been on before, if you've done the word of the day, I explain how it works. And I feel like our listeners by now know how it works. Jess, of course, knows how it works. Any of our returning guests know how it works. I'll always say it, obviously, for a new guest who maybe doesn't know how it works, of course. But do you think I should keep saying it? Or do you think we should just get into it? Because it's been 2 years now. I think, like, our listeners know.
Do you think it's time?
Do you think it's time?
I want to say, yeah.
You think it's time? Yeah, I think we should just go right into it.
I think you should stay. I think.
You think I should say it? Okay, so Jimmy thinks I should say it. Stephanie, what do you think?
I think it's time.
You think I should say it? Okay, all right. So, all right, and Jess, I mean, you're kind of outnumbered if democracy works here.
Yeah, I don't think it hurts to say it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I
I mean, I could go either way, but I don't
Yeah.
think it hurts to say it. Like,
It's
All
a
right, fuck it.
staple. It's a
It's a
staple.
Yeah.
I know. That's why I was kind of like, I don't know. That's why I
It's
wanted
like-
to ask.
Even whenever I listen to our podcasts, right?
Yep.
It's like, all right, and it is now time for the word of the day. And then we play the jingle,
Jangle.
and then you're like, oh.
Oh,
to the
So the way the word of the day works is, and then you go into the staple, and it's like, I love it every single time. So
Okay,
I think
cool.
we should continue to say it.
All right.
Because you never know what episode people are tuning into. you know?
That's true. That was my biggest problem with it as well. All right. Well, fantastic. I'm glad we got that out of the way. So here we go. And we're going to do it again because Jimmy had to go and get the word of the day. So let's start from the top here. And I want to segue into one of probably our favorite segment we like to do here at Great Morning. And that is, of course, the word of the day. Word of the day. Oh, anyway, Jess, how the word of the day works. I know you know how it works, but I'm going to explain it anyway for the listeners. How the word of the day works is Jimmy has that big old dick right there. That is an old dictionary that's been in Jimmy's family for thousands and thousands of years now. And he's going to open it up to a random page. He's going to put his finger down. He's going to lift his finger up. And what his finger landed on will be our word of the day. And our guest or special guest co-host then has to use that word in a sentence. And at the end of the year, me, Jimmy, Stephanie, and Chuck now have to rate all of our guest sentences and make a top 10 list. And we're going to rate the sentence on how funny the word was. Whoa, was that a big motorcycle? What the fuck? That ruined my thing. I was so close. Oh, man.
Didn't it feel good? Didn't
Oh,
it feel good?
it did feel good to do it. But anyway, we're going to rate it on how funny it was, if you used the word correctly, and how creative the sentence was. So, Jess, are you ready for your word of the day?
I am. Give it to me.
All right. Let's see if
Jess
it's
has
easier
actually
than
made the top
abortion.
10 before.
Jess has made
in
the
the
top
past.
10 twice.
Yeah.
Twice.
Yeah. Jess, you're an uprunner because we have at least 30 guests a season.
Yeah, something like
The
that.
top 10.
Feel
So,
special.
it's very special.
Special case.
Special case. So, Jimmy, whenever you're ready, I know you're playing around with that big old dick over there.
Stop playing with it and get.
Got
Oh,
it.
there.
There you go.
Are you ready?
I'm going to bring up my end just in case we need a modern day definition.
All right. You ready?
We ready?
ready.
Plasmato.
Plasma.
The hell is that kind of messed up?
Can you please
I mean,
spell it?
sometimes because the word is so unique, I like it.
Oh, yeah. Can you please spell it?
Plasmato. Plasmato.
Can you define it?
Yeah, of course. A combining form, Greek plasmato, from plasma, meaning from equivalent to plasmo, as in plasmatoporous.
I'm
So,
not supposed to use the word in the definition. I think that's
So-
not.
so the modern day definition, by the way, this is interesting. So plasmato is a Latin word for plasma. So the definition of plasma, let me get that up, is plasma is the colorless fluid part of blood, lymph, or milk in which corpuscles or fat globules are suspended. So your word is plasmato. Plasmato. Wow. Don't you wish
Plasmato.
don't you wish you kept abortion?
I sure do.
Yeah, that's why they say when you're on a game show, always stick with the curtain that you first pick, never move on to the second. Or actually, maybe it's the other way around. I forget. Anyway, you played the game. This is your choice. So now you got Plasmato. So, Jess, whenever you're ready.
How much do I have for this? Is
You
there
got,
I'm
I mean,
going to be canceled? Like,
well-
you're taking. We're canceling you.
yeah, we'll let you sit here for a minute, but then we're gonna need a word. We're gonna need a sentence.
Oh
So-
God, the pressure is so intense.
I know,
Yeah,
and
that's like-
especially you've made the top 10 list twice now, so you there's a lot of pressure on this one.
We're going to have to start doing a game. I feel like people should challenge me with the word of the day.
No, we have to do that ourselves. Remember, we've been talking about that. That's what everyone wants to hear is the four of us do an episode, just the four of us doing our word of the day. We're gonna have to do that here in the future. But anyway, Jess, I'm sorry, we're wasting time here. We need that
I
sentence.
like that wasting time.
I know you're sitting there thinking of what to say while we're talking.
I was trying to stall.
I like how you got the sunglasses. Like you're turning into Howard Stern. Like you're slowly turning into Howard Stern. Over there. Sunglasses, the hood up, love it. By the way, my dad was wearing that sweatshirt the other day. Just saying.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I wear it every day.
Fuck yeah. I have that one too. I usually wear the hoodie though more than that one. I like the hoodies more than the zip ups. That's just in general. Anyway, Jess, do you have a plasmato sentence for us?
I'm blanking out here.
We gotta get something.
All right.
I remember it involves blood or milk. You know,
Blood and milk. Blood and milk. Okay. Okay. This is awful.
I know.
You're good. You're good. Take your time. Take your time.
Oh, I can take my time. Do you want to tell me where were you, Jimmy?
No, don't, no more wasted time.
Oh, she's doing it.
She's doing the doo-doos.
Oh,
Okay.
she's just no. Stephanie's got a chip on her shoulder because obviously I'm winning all the games over here against Stephanie.
It's because Murms like you the most, and that's it. Like that's what it just boils down to at the end of the day.
It's because you both said that word wrong. I don't understand.
She said posketeer.
Yeah, and then it's funny. It was like, all right, I said that was wrong for Stephanie, and I'm like, wow, Jimmy's gonna win right here. He's gonna steal this, and then you say posketeer, the same fucking thing she said.
Because it's same difference. It's like all the same shit. But anyway, this is not about us. It's about Jess. So go ahead, Jess, please, as you were doing.
Yes, plasmato. You're getting us distracted here, Jess.
Okay.
See, I'm trying, Jess. I'm trying to pull time for you.
All right. You got big balls if you could take a shot of my plasmato.
Whoa, all right.
That's what the fuck I'm talking about, Jess.
Hey, now.
Getting down to the nitty gritty there.
Wow, all right.
Down to the nitty gritty of the Alabama, the nitty gritty of the Pennsylvania.
Well, but let's see if
we shall see that. I mean, that was interesting. I would put it. I'll give it some creative points for that. That was definitely creative.
I had like 10,000 sentences for that word abortion. I had like 10,000.
I know. You should have stuck with it. You should have.
You wanna give it a shot anyway?
No, we can't count it.
We can't count it, but can we hear what it?
Yeah, we can hear it for fun.
For fun, like,
do you want to give us an abortion sentence?
Yeah, give us an sentence on abortion.
No, because I don't want to offend no one. So let's skip it. Let's skip it.
All right.
I thought that I was I thought I was pregnant, and I was like, baby daddy, if I'm pregnant, I'm going to have an abortion.
Well, how about this? Let's reverse it. How about you guys give me a sentence with that word?
Yeah, I can do it easy right now.
Yeah.
Off top.
All right,
yeah.
Do it.
All right, ready? Cue background music. I was captured by aliens, sitting in a spacecraft impregnated by multiple tentacles. I was then looked at in the eyes by the President of the United States.
Okay.
Chuck Norris.
Okay.
He penetrated my skin with multiple tentacles of Chuck Norris, which is crazy. And then he said, hey, we can't do this. We have to abort. And I said, you're not going to abort. He said, we got to abort. Because I'm Chuck Norris, I'm the greatest thing in the world. And then I said, you're not going to abort, Chuck Norris? And then somebody in the cockpit said, abortion. Hit the button, cast me back to Earth.
Okay.
Jimmy, I'd love to be in your mind for just 1 hour, just to see who roams around in there.
You see how I avoided all political?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, you did. You mentioned Joe Biden. You mentioned the president. But yeah, you did avoid. Yeah.
If Chuck Norris was the president, he's probably an alien, right?
I guess. I guess that could happen. All right, Stephanie, do you want to go next, or do you want me to go next?
You could go next, and then because I have a nice one, I think.
It ain't that easy, is it?
And you know what's funny? I've been hosting this show for almost damn near 5 years, and I've never had to do a sentence. So yeah, it's tough.
Do you want me to give you a word right now?
No, we're not doing that. We got to wait for Chuck. I don't want to do that without him. But with abortion, okay. Every time Stephanie argues about something stupid in a game we play, it feels like I'm having an abortion.
You know what?
Yeah, take that. Now give me your sentence, Stephanie.
I'm not gonna lie. You guys have been at each other all
this is
I think
it's for show, don't worry.
Yeah, it's for sure.
Until we see each other in person, we're gonna fucking flip out.
Well, in my personal opinion, and it's all love, fair game, and love and war. Murms, I think you were an abortion that lived.
Well, hey, that's okay. That means I was just a strong ass motherfucker, all right?
That's
I wasn't having that shit.
Yeah, you said, fuck this abortion.
I took my time to beat all those other little spermies to the eggs,
You
and
beat
I
the
was
shit out of those sperms.
I beat them in the race. I wasn't gonna have you fucking try to kill it after. All right, so fucking let's get it.
If I was Steph, I would have been like, Murms, if you were the one that made the seed to the egg after beating all those millions of sperms, I'd congratulate you and then have an abortion because I always win.
I'm gonna abort all of your fucking.
All efforts for nothing.
I thought she was just gonna call me an abortion. I thought that's what was just gonna happen.
It should have been an abortion, baby. Oh, that's fucked up. See, now
he's an
now
abortion that lived.
You guys get hate emails? You mentioned that earlier.
We do get I don't think we've ever gotten a hate email, but we do get from time to time people just saying like what we talked about was a little offensive. Strangely though, we have not gotten those for the last episode, which I
thought, honestly speaking, I thought that we were probably going to get some like.
I thought Podbean was gonna because Podbean has flagged me before when I've tried to post other episodes for like weird reasons too. It's like there was one time we got one, they said it was taking a while to publish it because they had thought there was like a racist statement used. Like very negatively, but it was just like I think it was like fucking O'Shea or Chuck just saying the N-word real quick, like in a regular sentence. So
just to fill you in, if you didn't hear the last episode, I need talking about.
Yeah, maybe don't tell her. Maybe don't tell her. maybe
I can
leave
give
it
a
as
synopsis. I can give a synopsis.
Maybe don't say exactly.
All I'm gonna do is I'm gonna say this. I'm just gonna lay it out here, right? Okay, military weaponry.
Yep.
Groundhogs, and rape.
Whoa.
and you forgot piss. Piss was
piss.
It was a solution to a lot of problems for some reason.
Say piss and ear infection. It was off the top.
It was the very NC-17 rated episode of Great Morning. See, and Jimmy, it's all your fault. You're the one who keeps us in control. If you were there, Jimmy would have been like, I'm not having this talk. We're not talking about this. If Jimmy was there, he would have laid down the law.
It was great, though, you have to admit.
Say that again.
Do you guys get away with everything you say? Do you guys ever get flagged? Does anyone ever try and censor you or say that's too much? Or
yeah, like I said, Podbean's done it, but I was able to. It was like very quick. It's like that's not how it was used, and they go back and they're just like, yeah, sorry about the mistake, and they post it. The only problem though, sometimes that sucks because then it doesn't get posted right away. That happened one time, and another time it happened, but I was still able to get it posted right away. I think so. It's only happened like twice, but then some people will say some stuff. I hear a lot of people from the east side of the United States, New Jersey, New York. They'll tell me, they'll message me to email me, and they'll say like, hey, what you guys talked about here, a little touchy. And when we haven't gotten that for the last episode, in fact, I've gotten compliments. It truly was a very funny episode. So
it was. I had fun.
Back and listen to that because I missed that episode.
It's dark.
Yeah,
it's dark. So prepare yourself. And it's funny because I still can't figure out how it slid that way. Like the first 20 minutes are like, classic Great Morning, and then it's just
Rush.
It's like, woo. Yeah, it's Rush. It's always Rush.
It was Rush. Rush couldn't let it go. He couldn't let rape and whatever that rodent go.
No, but it was also Murms because Murms didn't let me put my everything season bagel into the fucking situation.
Hey, Stephanie, how about you shut the fuck up? You still won. How about that?
Oh, wait,
you still won.
She won. But that's only because Chuck couldn't come out swinging.
Chuck didn't come out swinging as hard, and Rush really would have won. But again, with all that stuff you mentioned, I was like, I gotta take some points off, bro. I gotta take some points off for that shit.
It was a weird episode, Jess. It was weird.
It was very strange. Very, very underground Great Morning-ish.
I feel like that's a conversation that happens in the Navy though all the time. Like that dark humor kind of thing.
It happens a lot.
Does that really? Like I thought that wasn't like
between tight group of friends, very quiet, not very. It's not something you announce everywhere, but
Yeah, we're not out. We're now on the quarterdeck saying this shit.
A station where we asked, like, we were stuck in the middle of somewhere. Our ship went dark, and I'm like, who's the first person you've eaten here? If we had to eat people, like, to live, that's the kind of conversations we would have.
Oh,
like, so, like,
yeah.
And by the way, people permission to eat me. I'm like, if we're dying and you're hungry, you can eat me. Yeah.
I know. I can't lose my gains. I've been working out pretty hard lately, so everyone's got 3 hours before I'm eating someone. So whoever's got the most protein on them, I guess.
You're not eating me.
I wouldn't want to eat any of you. I'd eat a stranger. Fuck that guy. I'd eat a stranger. I like you guys too much.
I said that, but like I told people they can eat me. I'm like, if you need to survive, eat me.
Oh, well, that's sweet. But I mean, if there's just like a guy over there and he's like, "Hey, my name's Bill," I'm like, "All right, Jimmy, let's fucking get Bill. All right, let's fucking pin him. Let's get him."
How do you plan that? How do you make a plot against eating a person?
It's just us against him.
No, we're surviving.
Fucking...
This is a situation where you're surviving. Like people are dying. Like you have no food, so people are gonna die off naturally. And the people that are left are gonna be like, who am I gonna like? How am I gonna live? There's no more food left. Like that's the situation you're talking about.
So like you're not gonna eat the nicest person in the room. You're also not gonna eat the strongest person in the room.
Okay,
like
if you're starving and you have no food and you're in a survival situation.
Yeah, you're not gonna eat Bill.
No, I don't.
There's no Bill.
No, I'm not eating Bill.
Why wouldn't you eat Bill?
You don't know who Bill is.
Just I don't know, something about the flesh cutting into the flesh. So like it's like seafood, right? I don't look at seafood and be like, oh man, that crab looks delicious. The same way I don't look, you're a psycho. The same way I don't look at a human being and I'm like, man,
I want to crack that shit open.
I don't know about the comparison because unfortunately you're in the minority here. A lot of people like seafood. So like,
yeah.
Wait a minute. You're telling me you can look at a crab that looks the same dead as alive and be like, oh man, that looks delicious.
Hell yeah. I want to crack that shit and eat it.
Oh my, you're a psycho.
They usually don't look the same either. They're usually red after they're boiled.
No, fuck all that. You're telling me you're looking in a tank and you see all those legs. You're seeing the little mouth, like the fluttery mouth. And you're going to be like, damn, that motherfucker looks good.
Hell yeah. I'm like, ooh, I'm about to split you and open, stuff you with some motherfucking breadcrumbs. And
ooh.
You know what I'm saying? Like, with some
Jimmy, you're in the minority.
It looks in the minority dead as alive. You're telling, what about lobster?
Yeah, I made lobster rolls when I was in Boston for everyone up there.
Goodness.
Okay, listen.
Ain't no way, player.
Really quickly, I worked with Baby Daddy at a catering company, and this is actually the first time that I've ever heard lobsters cry. And like Baby Daddy has murdered lobsters in front of me, and like it's really insane. But like I'm just like, I'm gonna fucking eat you later. So I really don't like, I have zero like sympathy for you right now because you're gonna make my tummy happy. I'm
humane about it. I'm humane about it. I stab them through the head before I throw them in the boiling water.
Yeah, you have to cut them.
Yeah,
I do that. I bought lobster one time. That shit almost became my pet. That shit sat in the sink for like 2 hours. I couldn't do it. It was like, Jess, could you do seafood? Like
I love seafood.
Yeah, Jimmy, you're in the minority. No, we're not. Like it's a very common thing for people to like seafood.
You guys all need to go to One North. Okay, you need help.
Okay,
it's disgusting. What about?
It's not.
It looks the same.
I eat raw,
dead as alive.
Jimmy, don't you like sushi?
No,
that took you a second. That took you a second to answer that.
Yeah, California roll. You know, but
that's still got some.
It has crab.
It has crab.
Oh, is it crab
and shrimp sometimes?
I'd rather not know.
Full time, Lord Jesus, help us.
Oh boy,
I'd rather not know. It's all
with some eel sauce. Have you ever had sushi with eel sauce? It's
sushi.
So good.
Here's my thing. I could kill a deer and skin it. Right, the rodent, as you guys said last episode. I could kill a deer, skin it. I could gut it, do all that, cook up a steak.
Okay,
but something about crab or a lobster, there's just like a giant spider, and I'm just like, bleh.
Oh, you see, that's how I would feel about a deer. Like I wouldn't be able to. Like it's so massive, it's so big. Like, and it takes a lot of work. With a lobster, it's just like, okay, bah, and that's it. It's over, done with. But like with a deer, like you got to shoot the bitch and make sure that it's extra dead. You know what I mean? And then like you gotta like, you know, like it's a lot of shit. And then you gotta like you really gotta put your hands in there and take out all that stuff. Like I don't have to worry about none of that shit when I'm killing a lobster. You know what I mean? Like, yes, there may be little baby lobster eggs in there, whatever, but you just, with a freaking spoon, you know,
just eat it.
Just scoop that shit out. But like with a deer or a fucking moose or something, like that shit is huge. It's ginormous.
I don't think you can eat a moose. I think that's illegal.
Well, I mean, whatever. But you know what I mean? Like,
I think they're in danger.
It takes a lot of no.
How
deer
many
you
legs,
can eat
how
because
many,
there's a shit ton.
How many legs does a crab have?
I don't know.
6.
6, right? And then the claws?
Yeah, I would say 6.
Plus claws, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a spider.
It's
nah, dude, it's a
delicious spider.
crustacean. It's a crustacean.
It's not a spider.
It ain't no arachnid. It's a crustacean.
And then like you got like what is it, like crawfish and shrimp? That's like cockroaches of the sea.
That's
Yeah.
fine.
But you know what? It tastes fucking good.
Oh, you guys are all anyway, you guys are crazy.
All right.
No,
Well, anyway, I'm sorry. We're like, I know we got a little heated there with the seafood talk. Jimmy, I'm sorry, you're in the minority. I think most people would agree that seafood is very good.
I'd rather slaughter.
You know
a
what?
cow.
It's where you grew up in Illinois, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's another reason is like in those kinds of states closer to the middle of the country, like you usually don't get good seafood anyway. So you probably didn't eat a lot growing up. You didn't have a chance to try it, you know, the way we did. You know, we're from, you know, seafood places.
Soft shell crabs are the shit.
We've been places.
I ordered some mussels and clams once.
See, but that's not something I'd start out with if you were starting out with seafood. I would give you like a lobster roll, like a Boston lobster roll. That's what I would have given you.
Oh, and wait, that's the one that has like cream cheese in it, correct?
I think you can put cream cheese. I don't put cream cheese in it though.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure you can put cream cheese in.
Yeah.
Usually there's some mayo mixed in the sauce and then like other spices and stuff.
Like a mayo aioli or something like that?
Yeah, it's kind of like that. Look at Jimmy. He's like, all right, we're making Jimmy sick. I'm sorry. I know we're unfortunately getting to that sad time of the podcast where we got to go around the computer screen here and give our last minute plugs. So starting with Stephanie, my friend, you got any last minute plugs for listeners?
Yeah, actually I do. So I would love for our listeners to if they're in New Jersey, I would love for them to go try out this place called Banana King. Have you ever heard of it?
I have not. No.
Okay. So yeah, if you guys are in New Jersey and you want some like Latin twist, you know, go to Banana King. Banana King has some like pretty dope fucking food. They have patacons, they have arepas, they have, you know, fruit desserts. They have really, really good shit there. So if you guys are ever within, you know, Patterson, Newark, Jersey City, or anything like that, you know, just go pay them a visit. You know, they got some pretty good food out there. And let's see. Oh, shout out to the bunnies, you know, shout out to Jesus Christ for coming back to life. Shout out to God for impregnating
tomorrow.
Well, not really impregnating Mary, but thank you for sending energy and creating a person. So thank you for that. And thank you, Jess, for coming on today. It's always a fucking pleasure. Jim Stars, thank you for being late, but always being popping at the same motherfucking time. And Murms, thank you for being the biggest asshole. Like, you're my favorite asshole, and it's totally okay. But I still fucking love you guys. Like, I really do love you guys. Like, you guys are like the brothers that I've never fucking had. You know,
the biggest asshole.
Even though I have a brother, but like, I would definitely rather have you guys as my brothers.
Ooh.
But anyway, it's okay. But anyway, that's pretty much it, man. Like, just, you know, follow me on Instagram. Murms has that down pack. You already know what to do. Buy some merch and continue to fucking listen to us, and, you know, give us a 5-star rating. You know what I'm saying? So we could just be bigger and popping every single fucking week. You know what I'm saying? But that's it from your Puerto Rican mamacita. I love you guys. Gang.
Fuck yeah. Thank you for those last minute plugs, Stephanie. And Jimmy, my friend, you got any last minute plugs for listeners? Ooh, I almost fucked that up.
Yes. Shout out to my bro, Jimi.
Mm-hmm.
He's got some great information for all of us in the world.
I know.
I just want to say shout out to him. Also, shout out to Serena Elaine, who is my new niece. She was born last week.
Aww.
This is
Shout out to
you guys want
her.
to see a cute little picture? Look at this.
Oh, the baby.
Yeah. Shout out to Serena.
Well, that is amazing.
Super excited to go back home. I haven't been home in like 5 years. It's been a ridiculous amount of time. But
no, you got to visit me first. You can't go home yet.
All right, I'm gonna visit you, and then we're gonna go butcher a deer, and we're gonna say fuck the crab.
I've never done that. but we could try.
You've never skinned a deer?
No.
I
know
think
guys around. I told you, if we go to the Sussex County area, there's some motherfuckers that know how to skin a fucking anything, I'm sure.
Really?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Big
Very nice.
rednecks over there. But nice guys. Like I said, they're fun to hang out with.
That should be a great morning podcast, like a trip.
Yeah, I'm trying to
Yes.
get one of the rednecks on. Oh, yeah. Or we can do that. But yeah, I was trying to get one of the rednecks on just to hear his hillbilly shit.
Why's it got to be a redneck? I'm not a redneck. I can skin a deer.
Okay, fine. Okay. I mean, they've been doing it since they were like 7 years old. So they might know how to do it better than you and I. But sure, let's try it.
Shout out to Alaska Jumbo.
Okay.
Ooh,
All right. Shout out to the snow crab. Shout out to king crab. Shout out to all that shit that should stay where the fuck it is born.
Shout out
Okay.
to salmon and
Okay.
tuna.
And then also, you guys already know, Murms, you got the plugs on lock. Jess, thank you so much for coming in and taking the time to get on the show. Truly appreciate it. And I also think your states that you would live in would be like Colorado, maybe Washington.
She said no to Washington.
Maybe. I said maybe.
Yeah.
You said no, though.
Yeah, but I'm saying maybe.
Okay.
It's like a 50-50, right? Anything with like mountains and then,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, she likes the mountains.
yeah.
We had to get to the
maybe-
more mountainy states. You know, next time we have you on, Jess, we're gonna finish up that list. So we
Okay.
left off with Florida. Oh no, we left off with Indiana, actually. By the way, the next state was going to be Tennessee, which I'm sure you already had some opinions about.
Yes, I did. We'll get to that.
We'll get to that another time. You know, we ran out of time here. Who knew there's fucking 50 of those motherfuckers? I can't believe we didn't get through all of them.
Shout out to Stephanie. Stephanie, thank you so much for being awesome. You're killing it this season. Your personality is truly shining through the show. Shout out to Murms for labeling everything and, you know, doing what Murms does. You know, the greatest host. You should never stop. You should never
Labeling?
stop. You
What do I
should-
label?
You title everything, bro.
Oh, okay.
You
That
title all the
makes sense.
shows.
That makes. I was
are
like
you
for a
talking
second. I'm
about?
like, what does he mean label?
Yeah, no, you give the cool titles and the descriptions. And then also, you also got to continue to say the word of the day.
I will do it. That's why I asked. And you guys, the democracy won. So I'm doing it.
Yes.
I shall do it then. Well, thank you, Jimmy, for your last minute plugs. As always, I love to hear them. And before we get into our honored special guest co-host, my last minute plugs are, of course, you can follow Great Morning _ the podcast on Instagram. You can follow Trip God Jimmy. That is TRYPGODJIMI. You can follow Slightly Special with 2 L's. You can follow You Love Steph. You can follow all of our other great friends. You can shop for your merchandise at shopgreatmorning.com. Give us a 5-star rating on your favorite podcast app, whatever you listen to us on. We're everywhere. And remember, our first special is coming out May 22nd. And that is, of course, the 4-year anniversary spectacular. So stay on the lookout for that special. All right. I know we still got some time, but it is coming up. I just want the listeners to know that. And that's it for my last minute plugs. Happy Easter, of course. I know this episode is going to come out after Easter, but, you know, still happy Easter. And if you don't celebrate Easter, then just have a great fucking Sunday or whatever the fuck you're going to do. And that's it for my last minute plugs. Now moving on to our honored special guest co-host, Jess. It's an honor having you on as always. I'm glad you took another shot. I hope, you know, we'll see. You know, we got to wait until the end of the season to rate because, you know, there could be, you know, everyone after you could have the greatest sentences in the world. You never know. Or they could have the worst. You never know. So we're going to have to see where you get on that list, but I hope you're, you know, 3 times, you know, I hope, you know, you just keep that streak up. But yes, do you have any last minute plugs for the listeners, my friend?
Jess, thanks for having me again. It's always a pleasure. I love you guys. And we need to get together. I was going to say hook up. But that doesn't sound right.
We get it, girl. We get it.
Okay.
Are you eating a donut?
It's an
Need a
apple.
link.
Oh, an apple. Look, my fat ass. It looked like a donut. Wow. Ooh, I'm hungry.
I'm
geez.
hungry.
I should go eat an apple instead of a donut.
Yeah,
But yeah, Jess, thank you so much for coming on, and thank you all for those last minute plugs. And that was our episode. Great morning.
Great
Great.
morning.
Morning.
Great morning.
Great morning.
Great morning.
Great morning.